It was in Orlando, Florida, and I told you I'm from Philly. We rented a car, me and a couple of my now former college teammates. We rented a car and drove from Philly to Orlando. It was about 19 hours.
Yeah.
And hopped out the car and we started playing on a Saturday. And we hopped out the car right when the event started. So at age 23, I could get away with that. Probably couldn't do it now.
No.
But I could do it then. And I played pretty well there. I leveraged my performance there. I had a scouting report. I leveraged that performance to go get an agent. And I had to cold call agents. So people who don't understand how the professional sports world works, if you're a really good athlete, so let's take somebody like Deion Sanders' son, who's a quarterback for Colorado, right? At the end of this season, if he's thinking about going pro, he's going to have 20 agents calling him, trying to represent him, and he gets to pick one. So me, no agents were calling me, so I was calling them, right? So when you're really good and they know you, they call you. When you're nobody and nobody knows you, you got to call them. So I called them. I called about 50 agents, probably closer to 60. And cold calls, just straight up cold calls. If I found their phone number, I called them. I found one agent to represent me. He is the one who got me on. So that's how I started my pro career playing overseas. That was in Kaunas, Lithuania in late summer 2005. So that's how I got into pro basketball. At the same time, the footage from that event was on this thing called a VHS tape. You remember those?
100%. I remember Beta.
I don't remember Beta, but I do remember VHS. Right. So the VHS tape was my footage from that exposure camp, the one I went to and played well. And I knew that a VHS tape, you lose it, then you lose all the footage. But I needed that footage because it was very valuable to me. I went and got it put on a data CD because now it's digital. And then I uploaded it to this brand new website that had just come out, and it claimed that you could put as much footage up on the site as you want for free. And it was called YouTube.com. And that's where I started to build a name for myself and a brand online, because I was just putting basketball content out from 2005 to about 2010. And I was still playing overseas at this time, going between different countries, different places, and putting videos on YouTube every now and then. But I knew there was an audience of people who were obviously learning basketball from me because they were coming to me, even though they weren't looking for Dre Baldwin. They were just looking for basketball, period. And I just happened to be supplying it. So it's kind of like being a drug dealer at the right place, right? I was just they weren't looking for me. They were just looking for what they needed. And about 2009, I was unemployed from basketball, waiting for the phone to ring. It was not ringing. And at this time, several things happened all at the same time, which starts the kind of the transition to where we are now.